I've decided I'm going to be bringing back an old series, a concept of a series that I did many years ago that was deleted. And it was where I talked about mental health. Now, there needs to be a few disclaimers here. I am not a professional, I am not trained, I am not a psychiatrist, I am not a doctor. These are going to be videos on my take on mental health, possibly my experience, and I guess part of this will be ranting, and I guess part of this will be me hopefully talking about this stuff, and maybe it will help you guys. I don't know though. I'm hoping it will. And I'm hoping that through this series, I'm going to be able to go to a place where I can maybe work through some stuff. And yeah, hopefully, this will be a good, safe place. Again, a series not intended to trigger, but trigger warnings ahead. Okay, guys, so in this video, I want to talk about the concept of the fact that we all wear masks, right? Now, what I mean by this is that we've all kind of been in situations, right, where somebody, whether a loved one, friends, whatever, right, have said, be yourself, right? And I am under the belief with that yes, they may mean well, and yes, they may think that they know what is behind that mask, right? I believe that we are all under the opinions, or I guess we all kind of believe that we know what is inside our friends, you know, closest, dearest, nearest. But I kind of want to talk a little bit in this video about the fact that we all wear masks. And for me personally, I can say in my life, I have worn masks not to hide, not to be disingenuous, not to try and be fake, not to give the illusion that I'm better than what I am, right? I am very aware of my own faults as a person, but the concept of just being us, right? Just letting the world see us, right? Well, the thing is with that is we are we all have things inside us, I believe, that we'd rather not be inside us, or maybe part of our past that we would not want to be revealed or to be brought to light. And I think the concept of us wearing a mask or hiding certain details of ourselves or past or the bits of us that we are not proud of, I think it's an interesting concept. And the reason why I say I think it's interesting is because what would happen if we did? Right? What would happen if we all just took our masks off and we all just showed, right? And I think, actually, you know, whenever it's kind of been said to me or suggested to me, people don't know what they're asking for, right? Because I know, right, deep down inside, I know there are several cases. As much as people think I'm outspoken, as much as people think I speak my mind, etc., etc. I know that if I took the mask off, there would be a lot more of that. And I know it wouldn't hurt me, it would hurt then those loved ones. It would hurt the ones that are saying to be myself. Now, obviously, in my case, there's a lot of kind of baggage there under the surface, and I know that if I just started really saying what's inside my head, the a lot of people would be shocked. I'd say, I want to say 90% of people would be shocked, but let's give me some leeway. Let's say 80 to 90% of the people in my life. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, a lot of conversations I feel like nowadays are, it's supposed to be this communication of trust, right? Especially if we're going into a situation where we're going to someone and it's like, hey, there's this situation, but we won't necessarily truly explain how we feel about the situation. And I feel like that is okay in the sense, and I don't think it's wasting the person's time. I don't think that that person is then, the person that we have gone to in that situation, I don't think then they are necessarily even entitled. They possibly give different advice or better advice, maybe. But I don't think that all of us kind of ripping the masks off and being like, here I am. I think the world would turn very, very grey, very fast. Possibly even shades of black. And I think that, there are several times where, say if I'm messaging someone and I'm typing and I'm typing and I'm typing because I'm just trying to get everything out, and I read it back and I'm like, okay, I've got to at least delete half of this, right? And again, it's not for the benefit of me. I guess well, that's not exactly true, right? Because I think part of that is that I don't want them to see either, but I guess the main thing, at least for me personally, is that if they saw the mask, or if they saw me without the mask, then what are they actually going to think? What are they then going to do with that, right? I was talking about the fact that I don't think they have all the right in the world to then know if we go to them what lays beneath the mask. But then the responsibility of what do they do when that mask then comes off, right? What happens when the mask is off and they see, whether it be pain, whether it be dark thoughts, right? We all have dark thoughts, and I don't necessarily mean dangerous thoughts, but dark thoughts. I think we all have a right to wear masks, switch masks, change, and for people to respect that. Because I know personally somebody's been telling me a piece of information and it's like, okay, it's very generic advice or information, and it's like, okay, that's because in a way they're hiding behind their own mask. of the fact that actually I've got nothing, I don't know what to say, right? So we all do it, even if it's not consciously. We've sat down and gone, today I will wear this mask. Today I will be or I will present this version of myself forward. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think just sometimes we need to be careful of the mask and making sure that it is just that it is just a mask. And we don't, that masks don't become our face, right? We are able to go, okay, I can now put this down, right? It's okay to have it, and it's okay to have it in the back pocket and know it's there, and you know, all of that stuff, but to know to put it down. And I know that I have a real difficulty with this, right? And this isn't to go into content, but this is the best personal example I can probably give you guys, is that I know if I'm watching another content creator or in somebody else's stream, that I will put a version of myself forward. Again, it's not a fake, it's not disingenuous. It is, I am very aware that my name is attached to the channel, so therefore I will put a mask on. It's very rare that I will just go in and I will just present myself and to then show myself, right? And again, a lot of people probably think, oh, well, all your crap about being yourself and all of that. No, I think there's a very fine line between being yourself, being honest, speaking your mind, but also protecting yourself. I think that is a very fine line. And again, I think this is why this is such an interesting conversation of masks, because does it mean we're being fake? Does it mean that we've lied, we've manipulated, we've been disingenuous? I don't know, but I don't think so. Honestly, I think we all do it. I just think some people consciously pick up the mask, they put it on, and they consciously present it, and then other people do it as a safety, you know, protect ourselves kind of mechanic. And it's instinct to protect ourselves, I think, as well, even if we don't know we're doing it. And I guess this is kind of why I wanted to do this series as well, because again, even with this conversation, right, I've probably unconsciously put a mask on, which is weird. Again, it's very weird. But to try and find the words to really root down, again, at least in my opinion, and to have a very honest conversation, right? I think there's too many times that it's mental health, bad shit happens, and it will be okay. Well, it won't. It can be better. It can get better. But that doesn't mean it's okay that it happened. And that doesn't mean the recovery time, the time to deal, the time to try and stand back up is okay. And I think a lot of us maybe forget that. And it was just a concept that kind of came into my head. I had to deal with something very, very recently. I'm kind of pulling from all this of what's going on day to day. and there was a situation where I was like, yeah, okay, I know I put a mask on, or I took the mask off, and I was like, I need to backtrack. Fortunately, I spoke to the person, and they were very understanding. Um, but yeah, guys, it's just, I don't know, maybe you'll listen to this and you'll go, what the fuck is he talking about? Maybe this will make, not complete sense, but maybe this will make sense. I don't know. Um, Thank you for listening. And remember, be careful with your masks.